Today we are going to make two press and hold buttons. The first button is a counter and the second is a repeating key press simulator. We need two values for this. We need a value that represents the button's holding state and we need a value that represents the count. Touch Portal does not provide a hold and repeat button straight out of the box, but with some logic we can use the normal button to do it anyway. We start by adding the set value action to the on hold action and point it to our press and hold state and set it to 1. The on hold action will set the value to 1 when pressed down and set it back to what it was when the button is released again. We are going to use this principle in our on event section. We start by adding a when value changes event to listen to our press and hold state value for when it changed to 1. This means this event will trigger when we press down the button. We then start our repeat logic using the repeat x times action and we use a high number to cover a long time of pressing it down. To create the repeat while holding mechanism, we need to end our repeat loop as soon as we release the button. To do this, we use an if statement to check each iteration whether the press and hold state value is back to 0 again. When it is, we stop executing right away. Next, we'll add the increment value action and increment our press and hold counter by 1. Of course, we want to show the counter on our button, so we add a change button visuals to show the counter value. We end our repeat with adding the interval of 200 milliseconds, which represents the count speed. Now, when we press the button and hold it down, the counter will go up. As soon as we release the button again, the counter stops. For our second button, we start by setting up the on-hold action the same as with our previous button. And in the on-event section, we also start with the same event. But from this point, we're going to do our button a bit different. We start by adding a low-level key press action. We do this before the repeat function to add just a bit more delay between the first key press and the rest to give it a proper keyboard feeling. We add a timer of 800 milliseconds for the first delay, and we then start our repeat loop and add the same action for the repeat while holding mechanism similar to the first button. We then duplicate the low-level key press action and we do the same with the initial wait for timer action. In this case though, we set it to 100 milliseconds to simulate quick repeating of the key. Let's try it out in Notepad and see the keyboard simulation while holding down the button. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe to support my channel. See you in the next one.